My in-laws were not expecting this as a gift.
Oh my God.
You made that, Connor?
Yeah. Last week, Claire and I wanted to get Noah something special for his first birthday ever. So we were scrolling through Amazon and we came upon this 5-in-1 playset for kids. It looked simple enough to build, so instead of buying one on Amazon, we decided to make it ourselves. We headed over to Home Depot and bought a sheet of pine plywood and 6 4-foot dowel rods. Laying down the plywood on the ground, we got a string and a screw to draw a perfect half circle from end to end, making the table 4 foot wide.
So the base is done. Let's cut some dowel rods.
I started to cut the dowel rods in half, each piece around 24 inches tall, but we didn't know how tall Noah actually was. We needed to make a call.
Hey, real quick, how tall is Noah?
Oh gosh.
Like bigger than 20 inches?
Yeah, he's probably at least 2 feet. Yes.
He's at least 2.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
After talking it over, we decided to cut each dowel rod to 22 inches long. That would make the entire playset about 2 feet tall, including the 3/4 inch plywood at the top and bottom. We took the parts home with us and sanded the edges on the table with 80 grit sandpaper to knock off any hard cuts from the jigsaw. Now time to plan the spacing for each dowel rod. This is an important step because too much of a gap and nephew Noah could get his head stuck in between the bars. So we went with a 4-inch gap for each rod and marked an X in the center of the bottom base to show where I needed to drill each hole. I used a 1/4 inch drill bit to pre-drill the holes of where the screws will be attaching to each rod. Then I broke out my handheld router and used a 3/8 roundover bit on the bottom and top of the base. This will help the table rock a lot easier and it gives the playset a nice finish. The key to using this tool is to not let the bit stay in one place too long or it'll create burn marks on the wood. Keep the passes smooth and tight, and just remember, if you miss it once, you can always go back over it again. When attaching the dowel rods, I pre-drilled the holes with the same 1/4 inch bit. This helped control the drill so you know exactly where the screw is going to keep everything straight. I added a little extra glue on each end of the dowel rod to make sure the rod was nice and tight. The 3-inch screws I used for this project were a bit of an overkill, but it's what I had lying around the house. But for future projects, you could always get away with using 1.5-inch screws instead. After attaching the last rod, I needed to rinse and repeat everything I did for the bottom, now to do on the top. Again, pre-drilling the rods, adding glue, and securing the base with the screws, and at this point, you can definitely see the project coming together.
Wow.
Waking up the next morning, I wanted to install a removable basket in the table that could hold Noah's toys. By drawing a sketch and drilling 4 holes in each corner, I took a jigsaw and cut the wood out. This step was tricky because I didn't want to cut too much of the wood away because the basket would fall through. After many tries, it was a perfect fit. For the final steps, I used a pre-stained wood conditioner, a stain called Antique White, and special walnut to darken it up a bit. Then applied a polyurethane and a matte finish to protect the table. Now for the final reveal.
So we're outside. I just brought it from the house. And now it's time to do the unveiling. What in the world?
Oh my God.
You made that, Connor? Yeah. A little tall.
Do you like it?
It's a little tall.
Oh yeah, we're about to get him forward.
That's good.
And then so flip it over for him.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Hop in there, dude.
But probably a bigger thing than that. He's like, flip it around.
Dude, that's so nice. You like it? Yeah.